Be live, and we should be live. Every time I see an old live, it's just me like doing them. Does it work? Does it work? Instead, let's try to do a better introduction. So, hi everyone. This is one of my favorite moments of the week. And of course, it's because it's Friday. So don't apply today, but come to Francesco's Q&A. And we have Chris Bongers today. But this is not, by the way, this is not an interview. I already started with my host syndrome, but I really want to relax here, get your questions. And here we have already a huge personality on the Twitter world, Catalin Pitt. There we go. How are you? I've seen one great picture of a quad, his profile. It's amazing. It's romantic. Perfect. So, Chris, did you forget to press live? So funny, yeah. He's trying to take revenge because once I joked about this on his live stream. Yeah. Perfect. Let me close this. So, okay, so I think this is the third episode of the live Q&A. There we go, Catalin. You can come as a guest one day. This is the third episode of super relaxed, even more relaxed than my interviews series, because on Friday I want to relax. I have usually a lot of people asking me questions. I got people also asking me questions in DMs, especially on Twitter. So I like to create this space, especially for them. So if you have any kind of question, I'll try to answer to them in this space. Sometimes I've also, last week I've also, I brought one person from the chat inside the stream. So for today, now we already have Chris, so let's see. So Chris Bongers is a front-end developer, and also now we are also colleagues on daily.dev. And what else, Chris? What else about you? You just front-end or not?
No, I'm a full stack developer, but I don't know.
Sorry for insulting you.
No worries.
I've seen something front end somewhere. I can't remember where. Maybe because you share a lot of tips about React.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's probably it.
Nice.
But now I'm kind of like all over the place.
Nice. Perfect. Okay, so we are here. I'm here to answer to you if you have any question about any topic. But I'm trying. Well, I made the last week. I've asked because I'm waiting also for feedback about people, and they said maybe it's better to have at least a main topic so we can talk about the experience in daily.dev. But we have been working there for, I think, you 1 month and me 3 weeks, something like that. I don't know, or maybe we just came almost together, I think.
Yeah, almost together. It's been 3 weeks. Whoa, time flies, eh? Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 3 weeks.
Nice. So we can know a little bit more each other, and maybe also plan some stuff. We are here because we want to plan some stuff for you, because we would like to create a live stream series, Twitter Spaces series. The only problem, I think, is time. We need that 3 more hours per day, and that will be awesome.
Yeah, exactly. That would be amazing. But no, I mean, it would be so cool if we could do like a live bug that we're fixing for daily.dev on a live stream. Just gives people a good understanding of how open source works.
Yeah, that would be a great idea. So yeah, this I've tried to create a part of the Docusaurus documentation. There is also the logos over there, because I'm lazy. I don't want to remove it, but I think it's a good idea. And I don't see many companies doing this, because I think that you need to be very open source. You need to be open-minded about doing this. You need to trust your employees or people working for you. So. But I think that daily.dev has all these characteristics. So let's plan it. Where do we want to do this, and when? Where and when? Because the people, we have them. So we want to create this live stream of us working in public, talking, also answering questions, because I think it's very important for daily.dev having a strong community. of people who would like to update, but also interact with each other. And I think that daily.dev is showing this with facts, actions, with the repositories, their ideas, their mindset. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, good question. I think maybe we'll have to look into what kind of issue we can find that we can solve. Maybe there's an issue, I don't know, one of the viewers has, or that we can work on.
Would you like
Or
to
we
do
can
this
take an issue.
to try something now, or maybe you are planning for the next week? Maybe
I mean, we can try and find the issue if there are any open issues that we can work on.
Or maybe if you want, Chris, let's start from the basics. If you want, because we don't know what we can share, what not, of course, because this has been just organized today. So maybe, Chris, what about instead of sharing the daily.dev public repository instead? Maybe showing some issues, the starts, some branch, or something which is already public. If you want, you can share your screen, or I can share mine. For me, it's the same. I think.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, if you want to try, just
go there for a second.
Hey, Graham, I want you to come here at least on a Friday once. Graham is one of the server boosters of the Discord server. He boosted the server 5 times for a whole year. So amazing.
Whoa.
Amazing.
Right.
And he's also super funny and also very present in the community. That's the most important thing. Let's see. Can I share the stream? Do you have any private API or your your account information there?
I hope not.
I like this is always Graham, but I think it's with 2 accounts. So I think he's logged with 2 accounts on this live stream. Amazing.
Dedicated.
Nice. Can I share, Chris?
Yeah, sure. Let's go.
Okay, I'm asking because it's better. So let me remove. So yeah, I've used the daily.dev in the past, but for example, I didn't even know that they were actually an open source project. This is my fault, of course. Yes. So let's take an overview, Chris, if you want. Yeah, that's me with the logo of the community.
Yeah, I saw your logo. I was just looking. So that's the rest of the team, of course. And this is just the company profile. I see we even verified nowadays. That's cool. Didn't realize that.
Oh, cool.
So as you can see, yeah, it might have been. Oh, we even sponsoring Free Code Camp.
Hey there.
And yeah, we have a lot of different repositories. There's going to be a lot more actually. And one of the main ones is actually let's see, the daily one. It's like a collaboration welcome repository. So it just like oversees all the other ones. And you should definitely give this a star if you haven't already. We appreciate that.
I think it's growing. It's growing. 4,000 stars. It's great. It's great.
Exactly. And this repository on its own just gives like a big high level overview of what we are, like what the daily.dev is about, how you can get it, the philosophy behind it, but also how it's set up. And I really like that because this is just public. Like anyone could go here. And Ido, who like built this product, like 99% of it, he's done such an amazing job in like writing down how everything works. So even if you're not going to work on this project, it's like a good thing to check out and just see how a project this size actually works.
Yeah, it's amazing. I remember that I've interviewed Nimrod on January, and he was talking about we are 3 in our team. And I would have never thought that. After 9 or 10 months, we are working there. It's crazy. I think this is one of the power of connecting with a lot of people online. Maybe if you have like just one or two connections, they can really turn into real jobs. And this is already super shocking for me, but it's happening. It's happened already many times. So I'm starting to get used to this, and now we're also talking with you. We have been connected, since a year, 1 year, I think, or even more. So this is a very interesting part. Yeah.
Exactly.
Amazing.
And of course, a lot of this project is React, or mostly pre-React. The web app is actually Next, so that's even cooler. But we can't use Next in extension, unfortunately. So that's why it's still old school React. And another cool thing about this is that it has like the full setup guide, and this shows you like how you could set it up locally. Takes you, I don't know, I guess the first time like half an hour or so, and then you have your own instance of daily.dev running, which is really cool.
Nice. I need to check this. I've tried this. I think just once. I think it worked. Yeah, but it was some time ago. I think at the beginning of October. Maybe I tried this again.
We had some issues indeed with setting this up, and between Lee and me, we fixed a lot of issues here. So
yeah, Chris, I think what about, for example, doing a very not today, I mean, but I think maybe another day, if we want to start this series, what about also showing this, like the procedure?
How to set it up?
Yeah, it's. I think it's interesting because if I can also explain something with Docker because I've seen some Docker commands, so I can explain the Docker commands in the meanwhile. I think this is a good idea. Okay, we already have a good idea. This is already worked.
Awesome.
Nice.
So yeah, other than that, so make sure you start this. Very important. And the other thing here is that you can log issues. So because we are open source, and I know everyone says this, right? But we really take these future requests and whatnot like pretty high in the company, and Francesco can adhere to that. Like whenever someone that uses the product reaches out to us, we always take it very serious and see like, okay,
of course.
Is it a bug? Is something not working? Is something not built in the right way? And as you can see, we will always respond to that. So as you can see, this is a feature request for a notification system, which so you can see what's going on, kind of like this thing here that GitHub has. And we actually added that to our roadmap. So the unfortunate thing about having a project this big is that it has quite a big flow to go through, of course. So everything needs to be designed and written out. So it's not something you just like create in half an hour. But we definitely take these issues up and start working on them. So if you ever have something that you miss in daily or that's not working for you, please log an issue and we'll sort you out.
Yeah, of course, we are taking this very seriously because I think that this is one of the strengths of an open source project. I've worked on many offline and secrets projects, and you can't do this. You need to wait for a feedback. And let's say that sometimes the feedback of people maybe inside the project, they can also be biased. They can be like, oh, this looks cool, no problem. Of course, this is wrong. But when you have someone from the external, they say like, I can't see this button. They can really debug your application and go very harsh on that. But this is very good for the improvement of the application, of course.
Yeah, and not only that, like to give you another cool thing is our other colleague Lee. He actually was a contributor to daily.dev, so he did a lot of PRs before he joined the company just for fun, to contribute to open source, and that eventually helped him land a job with daily.dev. So I mean,
I think this is a model maybe maybe if that you can also try to adopt. Of course, you need to have time. You don't have to be like struggling for paying your bills for your family. But I think if you are a teenager, yeah, of course I'm saying this because I invite people that have a lot of time. Now, for example, this could be maybe. I honestly think that the time that you spent maybe just going around with your CV in your hand, if you do some activity like this, you have 10 times the chances to get hired from the company that you also have chosen. So
Yeah, exactly. It's such a big opportunity there.
absolutely, yeah. It's interesting. It's interesting how I know that there are a lot of projects who have been open source. And of course, but I know we are also in the open source month, by the way, and they turned out in something great. So this is also one of the reasons why I joined the daily.dev, because I see some similarities with other successful open source projects like Docker, for example. Docker, it was an open source project. I don't know if you know that, but yeah. And so this shows really the power of having this really transparent code base, and it can really be great for you, for your growth, also for your application. You are really showing it's a lot of effort, because putting things online transparently, it's not that easy. Maybe it would be easier to just hide some of them, but I think that it's important to show this stuff. Yeah.
Exactly. But no, definitely a good one. We'll set up a meeting next week, a live stream, whatever, and then we can set up the local applications. That's a really good one.
Yeah, this could be a good idea, because what I'm doing here on Friday, it's something super relaxed. So you can also drop your questions, ask me about anything you want. But I think it's important in a real live stream, when you code, have a goal for the live stream, even if you fail that, but that you do this and then you fail or succeed. But this is the idea of a live stream, and we can try this. You can try this live, and we have also the thing that you can also follow us, in the process, ask questions. This could be interesting. Then I don't know if it's good enough, maybe we can also cut the good parts and maybe do a shorter video, some highlights. This is a thing that I like to do, for example.
Yeah, we can turn that into like a guide on how to set it up visually, like a quicker one.
Yeah, I don't know if in that case maybe we need to create some more polished video, but we can also try. This is better than nothing, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
Exactly.
Nice. Yes, Chris. So let's do this. Yeah. What about other activities that we can do with the space?
Yeah, I mean, other things. Twitter Space. We could do. Yeah. What else?
Yeah, I think at Twitter Space it will be nice. Now I see that they are really exploding, the Twitter Spaces. I see more and more Twitter Spaces. And
yeah.
Yes.
And apparently the Twitter gonna add it as a full-on section now.
Maybe, yes. I also joined some Twitter Space communities.
Okay.
I think it's a powerful feature. We are still waiting for the support on desktop, and maybe a way to record them. But I am a fan. I am a big fan. I have one tomorrow, but I still don't know the exact timing. Maybe one with Wrong and Pratim.
Cool.
But yeah, I asked Wrong from Showcase anytime you want except 2 p.m. CET. He said, okay, let's see tomorrow at 2 p.m. CET. I don't know if he was joking but so I sent a message like you had one job, but I think that we will do some Twitter Space tomorrow. Cool. Yes. Also for that, Chris, if you want to do something also related with the daily.dev account or with other stuff, I see that the Twitter Spaces they are powerful if you actually don't talk about the JavaScript frameworks or something like that. The best, at least for me, the best spaces that I had were like about personal stuff, imposter syndrome, a lot about the problems of developers. This is what, yeah. And one of the problems, I think, it's the time. So yeah, this is not just related to daily.dev or to getting to stay updated, but the questions that I get more often are time management, burnout, how to get started. These are the three that I get the most, literally like 10 times per day. And usually
exactly.
I try to answer, but yeah, this is basically nice.
Yeah, another thing we could do one stage is a live PR review, because I think not many people know like what goes into reviewing a pull request, right?
Absolutely.
And often you can't show these things because it's like private data and whatever. So it would be cool because we're open source anyway.
Yeah.
Cool if we have like a real time PR.
Yeah, it's nice. For example, I did this once for the 4C community, and we have also merged the one PR live, which is kind of exciting.
Nice.
I think it's very exciting. That person was really excited about that. Yeah.
Cool.
So
yeah, that's cool.
Nice. Perfect. There we go.
Igor. Hey, Igor.
Yeah.
You with the Docker, have you used remote containers yet?
Which what about remote containers, like development environments?
Yeah, so like the Visual Studio Code thing that like auto.
I've tested this on the day one, so before everyone, and then I haven't used that. But thank you for reminding me this, because it's on the whiteboard. I have on the whiteboard the things that I have to do,
Cool.
and I had this on the top left. I think very small now, but yeah, it would be nice to create something about that. Docker will be happy. Yeah, and also I'd like to create something like that. Yeah.
It's very powerful. I use it for one fun project, and it's like so much easier.
Yeah, we can try. Maybe I don't know if we can do it in the same live stream, or maybe on a different one. I don't know.
It would be cool. Well, we can even convert the daily app to support remote container.
That would be this would be nice. In that case, I'll ask support on the official Docker account, which has 500,000 of followers. Let's try if we get some help, a big help there. But
that would be cool.
Let's see.
That would be cool.
Nice. Perfect, Chris. So yeah, perfect, Igor. Let me end this poll. I've seen not many people have deployed today. Amazing. Yeah. There we go. You die. Perfect. Thank you for coming. There are a lot of people who are really becoming my favorites because they are so supportive on the live streams. Yeah, but the way, to be honest, today I was not sure if I had time to create this, so we've just decided this literally 1 hour ago or maybe less. But we are still here, and yeah, we're here if you want to drop any question. I wanted to create maybe more episodes of this Q&A with a topic. So, for example, today it could be developer advocate, and I also have this special guest as a Chris. Usually I'm alone, but it's okay. Having you, Chris, it's awesome. And also we had to talk about this, so the better way is to do this during a live stream. So this can be something interesting. Yeah.
Good.
Perfect.
Mix and match.
Yeah. It will be perfect. Yeah. So about this, let's see.
Another thing we really must do is actually figure out if we can convince Ido to do a live stream with you, because then he can show some of the stuff he's doing. Like I'm sure everyone's super keen for that.
Yeah, let's see because I think even if we start from something super simple, it could be very interesting to watch. I don't know if we can do this on my channel, on daily.dev channel, Twitch channel. So let's see. I would like to use a little bit more Twitch. I've always one person on Twitch which is watching. Thank you. Yeah, maybe I need to set up, but I've waited like 6 months. Like I want to be ready, and then I'll start streaming on Twitch. So 6 months have passed. So now I'm streaming, multi-streaming also there. And then when I get some points, some affiliation points, when someone clicks in my head, then I'll create that. But for now, I literally don't have time to another platform. Yes, and TikTok, you have to wait. Sorry.
I think you would be pretty good at that, though.
Yeah, my problem is always the time. But if I would become like a billionaire, I'll literally do funny videos all day long, probably. So you know what to do, basically. If you are a billionaire and you are watching this live stream, you do a donation, you will have me like doing funny videos 24/7. It's cool. Nice, perfect. Yep, nice. I have one question from Udai, because I see that the question on YouTube. Okay, there you go. What it takes to become a developer advocate? This is an interesting question, Udai. I think that it takes that you need to know how to do. You need to focus on many different things. So, for example, it's not that easy if you're just getting started as a developer. But if you want, of course, you can try. I think it's more focused on the communication above all different people, also developers, but not just that. So I think that you need to work a lot on the communication. I've worked mostly on communication in the last 2 years. So I had a strange path because I've like worked on private, just struggling with myself in private for like 3-4 years, and now I'm way more on the communication part. So and of course this helped me out because 2 years ago I didn't even know what a developer advocate was. So I think that this is I think you need, it's more about that the number of followers or number of subscribers. So you need to know how to communicate with people. And I'm not saying that there is only one way, because you can communicate. We can have different styles. Let's take like I don't know, like I like to take like these 2 examples famous on Twitter, like Danny Thompson and Santiago. They are totally different approach, but they both work. They both work with a different approach with the audience. And for me, it works when maybe it sounds obvious, but when you are you yourself, it's easier because you don't have to think, become someone else, and it's hard to fake 24/7, especially if you're not an actor like I'm not. So what about you, Chris? What do you think?
Yeah, I think that's like the main concept indeed. Big on communication, and I think like seeing the bigger picture, right? This is like, as a developer, you see one side, like very technical, and I think developer advocate is like very much in the middle, having a big overview of like customers, developers, management, somewhere in between there to make sure everything is aligned.
Yeah, and also what I've noticed is that developer advocate maybe is the buzzword of the moment, one of the buzzwords apart Web3. But I've seen, for example, I've already 2 or 3 experiences in the developer advocacy, and I see that also companies, they have different needs. So there are maybe companies, maybe they are okay with development, so you just need the content creation and advocacy, communication with other people. Maybe some companies, they need some development, and of course this can change in the future. So it depends. And so there is someone who just called DevRel and then developer advocacy. There is a difference. There is a video. Sorry for the self-promotion, but I made a video with Stephanie Wong, who is a Google developer advocate. So maybe he knows a couple of things. And yeah, in that video she explains the differences between DevRel and developer advocacy. It's a bit different. Perfect. Udai. Know how to reach people and communicate that message. Yeah, I think it's very important also, to be the first one who also understand the things. Let me just say add this, that developer advocate works also in the opposite direction. So for example, if you have some feedback about daily.dev, you can reach out, of course, Chris and also me. So it's not just one person who just shouting 24/7. It's not about that. It's about understanding how the company works, embrace the idea. But otherwise, it becomes difficult. So you need to believe in that company. You need to be the first one. Otherwise, it becomes very hard. So because, for example, I have some friends, or maybe they just accepted the developer advocate position, and then now they are a bit struggling. So maybe before accepting this, it's better to think and maybe start slow. I've also started slow on daily.dev, of course. Now I'm loving it, especially because there is Chris there. But it's important to test it also for you, also for them. So don't just start. You need to understand what's going on. There is a question about Docker. Amazing. What is Docker in a beginner perspective? How do I do development but have no idea about it? So this is not a scripted answer, by the way. I'm just going with the flow. So basically, Docker is a technology, a platform, which has also some parts, also a community. But basically, very shortly, is something that helps you to deploy an application. And also it creates the same environment that is independent from the operating system. And this is super powerful. Once you understand this, I've deployed something today on AWS, and it went very good. Also, if I just used that on my Windows machine. And I think that once you understand the basics, it's very hard to go back. I don't know, Chris, your thoughts about this, but that's it.
Well, you shouldn't deploy on Fridays, Francesco.
Of course, this is for granted. I've also put this in a thumbnail, in the description, in the title. I don't even know now. I don't know what to say anymore. But but jokes aside,
it's indeed the main thing for me that makes it so powerful is the constant battle, like, oh, but it works on my machine, which Docker solves. Like, except from all the other things it does great, that's like my main thing as a developer.
Absolutely, Chris. I can talk for hours, by the way, now. One good thing, for example, for me, I worked for the European Space Agency, and before using Docker, because we hadn't, sometimes you have a problem in your application, your deployment. So you start checking the code, the configuration, the ports, the networks. So you start to checking on different places, and you can really go crazy, especially on Friday, about this. So I remember that once, now we're laughing, but I remember that once we started to using Docker, and I was very happy about that, I started to focus less on the configuration and more on the code. And I spotted way more. It was easier for me to debug because I just trusted that. Of course, Docker is not perfect. It had some problems sometimes, but in the 90%, 95% of the times, it was not Docker's fault. So you can focus on, you have less places where you can spot the bugs or the problems. I don't know if this also happened to you, Chris.
Yeah, so I can give you a good example. Like the previous company, they didn't use Docker, so you spend like literally when I started working there, I spent 2.5 days setting up the environment, right? Because you have to do like the MAMP and then install this plugin and do that Elasticsearch, blah blah blah, all kinds of things that need to work, and then take that in consideration with daily.dev, where everything is containerized. You just spool up Docker. It takes like 5 minutes to spool up, and you're done. You can focus on writing code. And for me, that's just so powerful. Like, I was also, like you said, like very much into setting up network servers, like manually making servers on a VPS and setting up the keeping the things up to date, and all that's just gone since I started using Docker.
Yeah, and maybe the bigger the project, and the more you appreciate the containerization. Because if you make an hello world in Node, probably in all the Node versions, it works. At least I hope so. Once you start to adding some dependencies, to add, I don't know, like PayPal support, because this happened to us, for example. We had like a kind of complicated setup application. We are using PayPal, some external API to get the VAT of the different countries. So it was starting to become kind of complicated. So remembering all the procedure, it was really hard. Yeah, absolutely, Yuda. Of course, you can hit me up. We can make. I've already done, for example, once with Luca Constantine, a live stream with me explaining to him, super relaxed. You can also start with your project. So, for example, if you have your project, it's better if it's backend, but it can also work with React. Maybe it's easier with a backend application. It's easier. Now, by the way, now I'm working with Python, so you can see something more. I'm planning some good stuff with different languages, not just JavaScript. But please don't say this on Twitter. And joking, of course. So yes, Yuda, if you have an application, can you write which application do you have? If you have a backend one or one, and yeah, and also, for example, for DB is really, for me, it's great. There are some people, they suggest to don't use Docker in production with the DB if you already have one working. So maybe do this as the last step in the migration, because if you have a database working, you don't have to use Docker. But for example, for me, for tutorials, for basic examples, and also, for example, if you use something like RDS on AWS, which is basically, it creates an instance of a DB, under the hood, I think it's using the containerization. So once you understand the basics, it doesn't matter. For example, now I'm using like a Postgres container locally, then I can use a DB deployed on AWS or another place, but it works everywhere, and this is nice. Especially when you start working with versions and database, for example, on Postgres, there are different things based on a different version. And yes, another thing about containerization is that if you have one project, okay, but if you start having multiple projects, it starts becoming a hell, because I don't even know if you can install two versions of Postgres on your machine. I don't know if you can. It's super hard.
Yeah, it's hard.
Maybe it's okay. You can create a virtual machine, but of course, it still have a lot of problems. So in that case, you can work on different versions of the DB, and then and also when you're done, you remove the image, and it's basically like uninstalling the application. Especially, I think that on Windows, something will always remain in your system. I don't know why, but when you install something, and even if you remove that, something will remain. I don't know, like the memory of the application. Yeah, nice. Who is this one? Hello, I have a question. How can I become as cool as you guys? Okay. So first of all, Nimrod, understanding Docker is the must. So you need to take a course, talk with me. So this is the first thing that you should do. And then, I don't know, Chris, would you like to add something?
Yeah, that's a good start. Yeah, what else? Writing your first PR for daily.dev would be a nice second one.
Exactly. This is also it's a very good, very solid advice. Yeah. So Nimrod, we are working for you, because we wanted to set this live stream up. So instead of just doing a private call, now we are doing everything public. So we are taking this as an excuse also to answer to the questions in the Q&A. And yes, we are planning some stuff. Let's see. We could work soon. I've just noticed that I have the same color of the Docusaurus logo. This is it was not intended. Now I think that I need to step into the fashion account. Perfect. Thank you, Nimrod. Talk to you soon. Yes, perfect. So yeah, Chris, it's I like the what you have done, because it's also nice also to answer to the questions to people, of course, and yes, I started this series almost by mistake, because this was because Mike from HTML All the Things, he didn't show up because he had a problem with his pet. So I went online anyway. It was a Friday, by the way. And so I had this crazy idea, like, don't deploy today. I just needed a funny idea. And yes, it's just a way for me to answer questions. Maybe I'll create something in the future, but something super relaxed, and I'm enjoying this. Yeah.
That's cool. I did this for a while. About half a year back, I did live blogging on Twitch for like 2 weeks, but it was so exhausting to do it every day. It's like, and then you have these Twitch sessions where like no one shows up, but you're sitting there for an hour, just like, okay.
Yeah, we need people like Foreign Pop. They are amazing. Yeah, I don't know.
Exactly.
I don't know. Yeah, I use a lot of energy when I do a live stream, especially if I'm coding. Now I'm more relaxed. I'm almost getting energies now. I'm, let's say, also the same level. Like when you have a very old phone attached to the charger, and it stays always at the same level of charging. So it's like that one now. And yes, so let's start. We can also start a series, maybe get a decent thumbnail. I see that Sahi is doing an amazing job on the thumbnail, the logo, all the stuff. I don't know if it's just him, but it's important. I've seen the thumbnails of daily.dev monthly dev. Can't remember that name. Sorry, Nimrod. But yes, it's important, I think, also to have something consistent above. For me, it's a problem. I don't know about you. I see that you have a nice setup for your daily dev tips. I like that. It's recognizable. I don't know if you would like to change that, but I don't know.
Yeah, I'm actually working on changing it now. So, but like, I'm not a designer, so that's like the best I could do, and I just copy paste it so it's all the same at least.
It's nice.
But like, yeah, what Tachi does is like amazing.
But
like such one style.
Yeah, honestly, I'll suggest to don't change this completely. So maybe just change like Google change their logo, like just a little bit more flat, but keep the colors. I like that because I can recognize that it's you when I scroll on Twitter. This is my feedback or maybe change this completely. So we have these two,
we'll have a look.
two choices, but let's see.
It's yeah. The new branding is like semi-professional. I just spent a lot of money on someone doing it for me. So yeah, we'll see what comes out.
Yeah, but yeah. Do you see that I'm doing this kind of stuff? I have hired a designer who does this stuff. I have many of them. Cool. I still need to start. I have 10 of them. I have. This is the hacker style, but yeah. Of course, it's a paid service, but it's nice. They are hand written, so nice.
Very cool.
I think I think that once you want to get more into it, of course, I think that it should not be the very first thing that you do, but once you want to get a little bit serious, it's okay. I've also bought
that's kind of how I started. Like I just started writing blogs, right? And then like 2 years down the line almost now, and then you just like, I might as well make it a bit more serious. Like it doesn't make any money, but just for me, I want it. Like it's kind of my baby, so it just needs to look nice.
But maybe this is making you money. Maybe not in a direct way, but maybe you are well known on Twitter, on social media, so it's something a little bit hidden. Now I think
100%.
What I do on social media, I think it has like something which is you are gaining money in some ways, but it's hidden. So You don't know until you get that offer. You don't see the value of what you are doing. For example, I think that you are doing great. I've seen your articles also on the daily.dev blog. They are great. It shows that you are an expert in writing, which is a great plus.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah. It's great they show up.
Perfect. Nice. So I enjoyed this. Let's see. Yeah, if you have any questions, also not related to developer advocate, you can just drop them. You're just doing this. We will make a proper interview, of course, one day. But yeah, I've seen Nimrod. He already wants to come back another time, but now he has a queue, so he needs to wait a bit. Yeah. What is this? Hey, Madiha. What made me a perfect programmer? I don't know. Maybe you should answer to this. Or maybe what made you? Maybe since I'm reading this, when I read this is to me. But I don't think so. I think that there is a typo in that case. I don't know. I think that programmers are like sometimes I say like the programmers are the third millennium artists. So maybe we will remember in 1,000 years, like we were still typing on a keyboard with our bare hands, which will sound very prehistoric. Yeah. But yeah, and of course there is no. I don't think that a perfect programmer exists. Just people working on different stuff at different times, and it's very evolving. Yeah, I like to make these analogies with art. There is not like a perfect art. There are some masterpieces, but one could still not like that. I've tried this, for example, if you do a PR reviewed by two different people, they give a total different feedback. Total different. Someone could really like something, and someone could hate something, because we are still working on the standard procedures, and I don't know. I think that we are still not there. Like there is something written that you should follow, and that's it. There are some best practices, maybe more widely used, but yes. I remember this happened to me once. Like I made a pull request and I got different reviews. It was not synchronized, so I got two totally different feedbacks. And I showed, like, I compared them, that it was totally different. Some parts they say totally okay, and they say like, no, this is not good. I don't know.
Yeah, I had actually like one where we had this rule that you can't merge unless you have two reviews, right? So the one guy reviews says, no, you have to refactor this and do it differently. So okay, refactor. Ask for another review. He says it's okay. Second review is like, no, you have to refactor this. Exactly what it was before. It's like, okay, that doesn't make sense. But it isn't need like a.
Maybe you found a bug in the procedure.
No, I think it's like a preference thing. Like some people like to see like only shorthands. Other people like to see written out things. It's a preference.
Yeah, but yeah, it's interesting. Maybe just to have a good procedure to do this, and yes, but it's interesting.
Style guides help a lot. So.
Perfect. Okay, so yeah, so let's plan this stuff, Chris. I don't know if we can do next week or maybe the week after, or we can start. Let's say that at least to try something in November, we need to do something. So if next week we can do this, in November we can start.
It would be nice. We should definitely do that setup thing there, like how to set up daily locally.
Nice.
I mean, that's also cool for you because you can use Docker.
Yeah, you can make questions. I can talk about the commands. Sometimes I see some confusions in some tutorials also. I see something a bit confusing, or maybe people just saying the command, but it would be nice, yeah, to test this. I see, for example, the docker exec command, which is one of my favorite ones, and we can explain what's going on. what's going on there,
Yeah.
of course, related to daily.dev, but yeah.
Yeah, what we'll do
It's-
is I'll just remove it from my system and just we'll set it up from scratch. Then that's kind of
That
what
would be-
someone could follow with us.
That will be nice. Or we can use a virtual machine to test Docker. That would be crazy.
We could even do that, yeah.
Or we can use, maybe we can try to use play with Docker, maybe.
Oh,
You
yeah,
know,
that's
play
a
with
nice
Docker.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me show here. This was the documentation, but this is something. Sometimes it's down, to be honest, but when it's up. By the way, don't use this to deploy your stuff for real, of course. So basically, you can go here. Do you know this? I know the creators. It uses a
Yep.
technology which is called the Docker in Docker, which sounds crazy, like Inception. And yeah, can I? Oh, nice. Yeah, and here I think that we can also, yeah. Here we have a browser version of Docker. So, for example, if you want to get started, you can also try this. It will be nice.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
This expose the port. You can also here you can upload a file also. This is nice. You can upload a Docker Compose here and bootstrap your application.
Oh, nice. That's
Nice.
even
It's
easier.
nice. It's nice. You have the root. We can try that from here, because if we can manage to run this from here, then we will have the. Let's see if I can do something live even without the preparation. So what's here? What a second. Okay, so if I do like Docker run, let's try. I've not tried this, but let's see. Let's see if it works. I'm trying to run an Nginx container. Let's see. Yes, we have Nginx
Nice.
running here. This is public.
Cool.
It's cool. It's cool. Yeah,
That's
of
pretty
course.
cool.
Yeah. Yes. I think you can also. I think you can use this also for different servers, but I don't know. The Docker Swarm project, it's almost dead, I think, or is dead totally. I don't know. Yeah, we have this thing. Let's see. Perfect. I've also run my container, so this is nice. Perfect. Okay, Chris. Nice. So I enjoyed this episode with a guest. I made some experiment as usual, and yes, nice. Perfect.
Yeah, nice.
Perfect. Chris.
What kind of timing are you thinking of doing this? Like during the day, during the evening?
I don't know which one will be the best for you at the end of the week. Maybe?
Yeah, end of the week. Quite flexible. Just see. Would be cool if we have some people joining. So maybe just see when the most people would be.
Yeah, maybe we need. I think that if we promote this a little bit earlier, that we are going to try this. Let me try. Let me try to find a perfect spot. And yes, let's see, Chris. But I think maybe we can also try to find maybe some thumbnail, some stuff to start, and then we need to choose the platform. But I think it's a good way. It's a good way. Nice.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, Chris. So done for today. Now I want to relax a bit, and then finally the weekend is coming. Yeah, perfect.
Exactly.
Nice. Chris, are you going to relax?
Enjoy your
or not?
Yeah. Just going to eat and just watch a movie or something.
Nice. Perfect. Okay, Chris. See you.
Thanks, Sam.
See you next time.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll see you around.
Perfect. We are done. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.